You know, life is full of lessons, but the important part is to learn them. A lot of different franchises have said they're pursuing a new audience, a more progressive audience, a younger audience that really sees things in a new way. And we want to cater to them and reach out to them. That's what we want to do. Yeah. Well, the problem with pursuing the left is they always eat their own. Yeah. Quite a few will learn this in due time. But right now, a good example is Doctor Who. The Jodie Whittaker and Chibnall version of Doctor Who is now just came back for their second go-around of this. And, the results have not been so kind. And it's not just the usual suspects of people, myself included, who are critical of it. You can find criticism elsewhere, elsewhere in that realm of where they thought they would find their new audience. Yeah. From The Guardian, yes, that nasty right-wing alt-right rag. No. So here's an article by Jack Hudson, and the title is Too Woke? Nope. Doctor Who is more offensive than ever. You cannot win. You keep trying to cater to these psychos, and it's not going to work. Anyway, let's go through the article. So, Doctor Who returned last week with another first. Sacha Darwin's casting as the first person of color to play the Doctor's arch nemesis, the Master. Yeah, that's right. But it's just not good enough, is it, Guardian? No. The decision was broadly met with praise. But in darker corners of the internet, the argument that the show has become too politically correct rages on. 2PC has become a familiar jibe, leveled at the sci-fi hit. Well, is it a hit anymore? Anyway, the sci-fi hit since 2018 when Jodie Whittaker became the 13th Doctor and new showrunner Chris Chibnall took up the mantle. As well as the first woman to play the title role, their first series featured two BAME companions. Look what they do to people. Now, this is more of a British thing, where they're all black, Asian, and I forget the other two. It's like, oh, good Lord. But you can't just be the new actor in a part. No, you got to represent something, and that's what really matters. It's not plot or character development. No, it's you're a BAME. And episodes about Rosa Parks and the Partition of India, written by Doctor Who's first ever BAME writer. And so that's the important part, you see, the superficial decorations, if you will, rather than what the stories were and how well did it go, how was the plot good, all that. No, the checklist was properly paid attention to. So the show quickly found itself embroiled in a culture war, with talk of its apparent political correctness becoming commonplace. See the Twitter hashtag, not my doctor. Whittaker and Chibnall were forced to defend the show against these claims before the series began. Not really. They were promoting it and saying it's going to teach people and it's going to go back to the Doctor's roots of being an educational program, which it was for about, 2 episodes. Once the Daleks came, which was pretty quick, it was pretty obvious what the show was going to be, Anyway, Whittaker reminded viewers that there's still racism within our current society. Yeah, from people like Chibnall and who decide to divide people based on it and pit them against each other. And Chibnall added that the Doctor and the show are beacons of compassion and empathy. Well, it's very selective in that, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway, now, though a different group of fans are railing against Doctor Who, far from being too liberal, many believe this iteration has actually lost the morality that made the character so unique and become problematic on social issues, engaging with them to an often offensive degree. Oh, no. Oh, geez. Dawa's debut, for example. Now, at first I thought, oh, you're casting this man of color in a villainous role. Uh-oh. But no, that's not the problem they have with it. They said it was sound, the master scene was soured by a scene in which the Doctor weaponized his race against him. He goes into detail here. The episode Spyfall saw the new master posing as a Nazi soldier in German-occupied Paris. The improbability of an Asian man being able to do this was explained by a perception filter, a device commonly used in the Whovian universe to cause others to see what they want to see. In this case, hiding the master's ethnicity from the Nazis. The Doctor escaped the master by framing him as a British double agent, then jammed his filter, leaving him open to both the retribution and the racism of the Nazis. Yeah, the Doctor's the hero, the master's the villain. The master chose to be a part of the Nazis, the real racists, who really loved dividing people upon their the superficial natures of skin color and what have you. Yeah, they did that a lot. They completely missed the point here. So here I'm in the odd position of defending a show I don't particularly like anymore. Because the Doctor had to figure out a way to get the better of the master, and the master had joined up with the Nazis in this particular scenario, and so the Doctor outfoxed him. But he used his race against it. Well, the Nazis were a racist force, so. But no, this is problematic. So you can't win. You just can't win. Yeah. Anyway, it's not the first time the writing of ethnic minority characters has seemed questionable. Sharon D. Clarke's character, Grace O'Brien, and the mother of Lenny Henry's character, Daniel Barton, played by Blanche Williams, were both fridged almost immediately after being introduced. Henry was also spoken about, has also spoken about the limitations of Doctor Who's diversity. Yeah, that was just a low blow and pathetic shot. Doctor Who is racist until you cast me as the Doctor. Oh, God. In a radio interview in December, he said the broadcast prior to his appearance at the New Year's special, he said the bosses would rather have a dog do Doctor Who than a black person. So there you go. You see, you can't win. Because that was already, there was a few people complaining when Jodie was announced, because take a look at her and tell me what the problem is. Yeah, do you see? Yeah, that's right. She's white. You're not PC enough, Jodie. Sorry, you're problematic. Plus, she's an attractive woman. There was someone that were upset about that. You just can't win. Elsewhere, there's often apathetic engagement with the political climate. In the finale of Chibnall's inaugural series, now here he almost makes a sound point that's important, because this happened frequently through New Who. This isn't just Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker. This happened with Moffat and Capaldi's era, where you had the Doctor lecturing basically murder victims and Smile. That was just a horrible ethic. It was really god-awful. And it was actually in a lot of ways worse than this case. But anyway, in the finale of the inaugural series, the Doctor's companion Graham, played by Bradley Walsh, told the Doctor he wanted to kill Tim Shaw, the evil Tooth Fairy, a genocidal alien who had murdered his wife. But the Doctor argued that even if done in self-defense, this would make Graham the same as Tim Shaw. No, it wouldn't. It was a terrible scene. Compassion, empathy, yet none for Graham. Oh, no. Yeah, you better do what Doctor says or you'll get a spanking. So, it was a stupid scene, and the ethics there are non-existent. That's not lecturing him like that. Because even in that story, Tim Shaw had gone on to just massacre planets of people. But no, you're just like him if you kill him to stop him. Yeah. Now, here's where the article just destroys this whole very good point. It was an especially uncomfortable message at a time when those fighting fascism are often condemned as being as bad as the fascists themselves. Here we go again with, you know nothing of Charlottesville, Guardian. Absolutely nothing. But here, of course, we got to get Donald Trump in here. So, for example, Donald Trump's remarks at Charlottesville when he equated white nationalists with speaking out against that's not what he said. But when you cut things and you only go for your favorite little safe spaces of Media Matters and whatnot, and you're told what happened rather than finding out for yourself, you're going to get idiot ideas like that. But people were criticizing the acts of Antifa and stuff like that, who brutally beat people who have nothing to do with whatever supposed cause they're fighting for. Massive amounts of vandalism. They're really horrible, nasty people. And you can't say that because they call themselves anti-fascist while being fascist. It's that simple. Brown shirts, look it up. Anyway, another episode focused on Kerblam, an Amazon-like delivery company. The story reflected real-world mistreatment of workers. But while many viewers expected a satire of exploitive capitalism, the real villain was revealed to be a maintenance man. Well, at least he was white, huh? Come on, Guardian? What? Who was killing in protest at poor working conditions. This led the doctor to claim that the systems aren't the problem, just people who use and exploit the system, thus refusing to engage with real-world suffering. So, yeah, you were supposed to see, they actually did a show where the doctor, this was another Capaldi episode, where he literally almost breaks the fourth wall to give you a lecture on capitalism. So, yeah, there's a reason why Kerblam is considered the best of Jodie's Doctor Who episodes. That's not the only reason, but there's several of them because it was it's about as close to a real Doctor Who episode as you're going to get out of this crew. But I mean, the guy was a murderer and stuff, and it's like, yeah, the systems aren't perfect, but you don't go around slaughtering people. And yeah, they use and exploit it. It's corruption. Anything can be corrupted, and this is no different. And the idea of replacing it with a system that doesn't involve free markets or whatever, where everything is controlled, well, who controls the controller, right? You know, and then on and on. The corruption is going to have way more pervasive power than it would with the latter. So, yeah, good on you, Dr. Jody. And so, of course, with The Guardian, it's like, it didn't condemn capitalism. Ooh. So, you cannot win. This is your audience you wanted. You got them. Okay. Finally, Doctor Who has had a long history of LGBT plus. Thank God you put the plus in there, because, you'd be in trouble if you didn't. Representation since its return in 2005, including series-long lesbian companion, series-long. Well, I guess because she was only in one season, but of course it's series in Britain terms. Bill Potts in 2017. Executive producer Matt Stevens promised the show's LGBT plus representation would continue, with characters from across the spectrum. However, representation in Chibnall's era has been severely lacking. Characters have repeatedly been introduced as LGBT plus, only to be promptly killed off. In the 2019 New Year's special, a security guard referred to his boyfriend in his second line, and was killed by a Dalek just seconds later. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's right. The most prominent LGBT plus character in a Chibnall-pinned episode, Angstrom, revealed her sexuality referring to her dead wife. This is an unnerving pattern, because the wife had passed away, so she's upset that a lesbian referring to her dead wife. Well, the lesbian herself isn't dead, so I mean, lesbians can't be widowed. I don't know, but this is an unnerving pattern and a common trope in many media representation of LGBT plus people more widely. An episode featuring an alien man giving birth was criticized as being part of the PC agenda. It wasn't? I mean, come on. When in reality, it felt more like a lazy attempt at trans inclusion. Yeah. A lot of it is just lazy stuff slapped on at an attempt to please you. But of course, there is no pleasing you. I mean, you've really maneuvered around here to try to find a way to condemn Doctor Who for things it really didn't do. Is it superficial? Yes. Is it slapped on? Yeah. You know, you got a couple of main characters, so I guess they should get off the pot and declare that Yaz is gay and keep it at that, you know. But because with new characters for a particular adventure, well, they're only going to be there for that one, and whether they're killed off or not. I mean, jeez. This is the kind of thing that damages plot and story. You've got so many eggshells to tiptoe through. How the hell are you even going to finish a script? I mean, good Lord. You can imagine how many filters and rewrites scripts have to go through before you see them. Who knows? Maybe they actually had some good little nuggets here and there, but by the time it gets to the screen, it's just, it's Swiss cheese. So the fans decrying the show as 2PC have been lost, and it's a loss that should not be mourned. Well, when nobody's watching anymore. But yeah, okay. But the show has many loyal progressive fans too. The Doctor may always have been a beacon of compassion and empathy, but too many of us are wondering where it's gone. Oh no. Well, there you go, Doctor Who. You got your new audience, and they hate you. They always eat their own. So I don't know. What are they supposed to do? Hurry up and regenerate Jodie into, a woman of color. It has to be a woman. It can't be a man. Sorry, Lenny. You're a man. And I was thinking like Sasha Darwin. He should have been the Doctor, but damn it, he's a man. So that's not. Oh, damn. It can't just be a woman. It has to be a man who sees himself as a woman and so becomes a trans woman. So that's what you need, the trans Doctor, but of color. Damn, how do you? Boy, there's so many different groups out there who still be mad because which color do you pick? African, Asian, could be mixed. There you go, done. Oh, gotta have some kind of disability. I don't know. But you gotta pick them all, because if you leave one out, then that's not representation. I'm sorry. Or one of the companions, but we've already decided that companions don't matter, right, Doctor Who? That's right. All those women, they played companions that everyone are so beloved and everything. No, they were nothing because they never were the Doctor. So, yeah, you can't win. You just can't win. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Say, thanks for watching and listening. Why not like and subscribe? Yeah, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you, especially over at Indie Planet, where you can pick up my copy of the Night Night comic book, which is based on my Night Night audio stories. But now you can see Night Night in action. That's right, on the pages of Night Night. So do check it out. In the link description also, you can find the link to my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And, of course, you can also watch my videos over at BitChute. That's the Mr Nailsin channel on BitChute.com.